What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
I'm Stephanie Santiago.
I'm Laura Mora.
And Candiace.
Hey, girls. Hey.
Hey, girl. Real Housewives of Potomac.
Hey.
That is like, first of all, one of our favorite shows to watch. So I think all of us are quite familiar with you.
Oh, my
So-
God.
For sure.
That's
Yes.
still just weird.
I've definitely been watching all 6 seasons. I haven't
Oh my
missed an
gosh.
episode since the very beginning. I was just
Really?
so excited for another black
Yes.
cast.
Same.
I
Yes.
was
Because
excited
you
for
watched
another-
Atlanta?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
So,
Like, I was just so ready for another all-black ensemble cast to come.
Because think about it. In New York, they finally got their first
Child,
and then-
20 years in.
Right.
And then they going to blame her, say she messed it up for the show. They just can't get right.
And they were so mad about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She couldn't
everything
breathe.
was a problem.
Yes.
And Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, too, right? Didn't
Yeah,
Garcelle was the
Garcelle.
first.
Garcelle, yeah.
Yep. Shout out to
Mhm.
Garcelle. We love her.
I wonder, what if they threw a white person on Potomac?
It'd
Like
have
a
to be
white-
the right person. Because she might get ate for lunch
Right.
otherwise. Yeah, she'd have to be the one.
That might be tough.
It's hard to cast our show. Like, I
Right.
think we're one of the hardest to cast just because being like in a political town, a lot of people are very much like, I don't want you in my business. There are also a lot of men who have like dirt and stuff going on in closets and things, and they don't want their housewives to be on the show because
Then they might get exposed.
their stuff comes out.
Yeah, we've seen
Mhm.
that happen on this.
Oh, it's in that. I
in
always
this
tell
one.
Plenty
people,
of time.
like, if you're gonna be on these shows, be prepared for all of your shit to come to the
To
light at some
surface.
point.
Yeah.
It might not be season 1, but
People
season
don't like it.
5.
They don't like it too when you question things or you
Yep.
talk about their relationship.
But you have to be prepared for that. Like, you come on these shows. Andy Cohen will tell you, if you say, I don't want to talk about that, well, you are on a reality show about your life.
Mhm.
Okay, sir, I can still
Mhm.
keep some things to myself, but you really, you can't. You can't.
So, okay, with that being said, what do you think about Wendy being upset?
I love my girl Wynn. I feel like they came at her unfairly. But I also think that I told someone that I feel like she thought that Giselle was her friend, and
Okay.
that was her mistake. Giselle is no one's friend but her own.
Well, Giselle also knows that she can be shady.
She's very shady.
So
Yes.
she
Yeah.
could be your friend.
That's her thing.
But
I think to everybody but Robin. She can. But
she's loyal to Robin.
Yeah.
Yes. But she's also about the show. And she will do whatever, and she'll come for whomever if she thinks that it's going to make the show do well.
But it works.
And which I respect.
Okay.
Someone once said to me, you have to respect your villains. And I respect her for that.
Are you a villain?
Do you think am I the villain?
Well, let's talk about
Is it
you.
me?
Let's talk about you, Candiace, because we were discussing this, right?
Not Candiace. Rat tat 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 tat.
Okay,
Rat,
tat, tat, tat,
Because you do
Candiace.
come out
She
with them
go-
guns blazing.
She's separate. That's
0
someone
to
else.
100 real quick.
Well, don't leave me alone. I'm kind and sweet until you mess with me. Leave me alone. And that's it.
But you know that's part of the show, like you said.
Yep. And Chris gets mad at me because he always says, you don't realize that you're being used for moments. Because in the moment, I think that's a sad thing. Like, I'm authentic to who I am no matter what. So if you come at me crazy, I'm not thinking, oh, this is happening for a show. This is happening for TV.
You really
I'm
taking
thinking,
that
you're
fully.
coming for me.
Yes.
So
you're
I'm
shooting right
responding in kind with all the fire
Right.
of my
Yeah,
sign.
that's something about
You're
Sagittarius. We expect
responding-
everybody to be as authentic
As
as
With a
we
us.
cannonball
are.
with a
And
bazooka
nobody
gun.
is like
nobody
that.
is like us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Sagittarius,
that's-
stand up.
that's-
It's our season.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you know, because for me, I feel like sometimes I'm really cautious about what I say because I know once you say something, you can't really take it back.
Well, or
Do you ever regret, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have?
You ever think you went too far
Right.
with some of your responses?
no.
Because you know what would be a moment if you ever was like, you know what, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would.
So you
you
have
can't.
that one
Candace is-
moment?
You can't.
Because I also just don't like to live with regrets. So like I own that I am emotional and I speak from a place of emotion. My
Okay.
heart is always right here. And I say what I say in the moment. Now, do I think that sometimes I could say less? Probably.
Oh, good. See,
Probably.
that's a little progress. That's a little
However,
progress.
Right, it's a little.
My
however.
mantra is I'm always home. If you come to my porch, my light is on. You knock on my door, I'm gonna have whatever you got. Whatever you came for, I'm gonna give it to you.
Because I
So-
like how Chris can handle it. Like he'll be like, Candiace, come here. No, stop.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's
No,
he's a
listen,
Pisces.
when
He's
y'all
water.
were in,
He puts me out.
when y'all were at the Eastern Shore and you was going at it with I think Mia and he was outside trying to calm you down and he was like, all I want you to do, you was like, no, I'm not apologizing. He was like, I don't even want you to apologize. I just want you to not say nothing. And he was like, I'll think about it. Like,
But that's good. That's
No.
progress for her. She'll think about it.
I'll think about it. Listen,
Yeah.
the ancient African proverb, I said what I said.
Mhm.
I said what I said. And
Done.
I stand by 99.999%
But there's a
of what I say.
0.0001%.
Because you gotta leave room. Like birth control, you gotta leave room. Like birth,
Like
control.
birth control.
Leave room for error. And that's what
Well, speaking of birth control, let's talk about condoms. Because you and your husband still use condoms.
We do, yes. And I get a lot of flack for this.
Have you ever had a slip up moment? Have you ever had a moment you like, fuck that condom, baby? It's
All the
Right.
time.
Oh, okay.
All the
Okay. So
time.
not
Oh,
every
okay.
single-
No.
Yeah.
We're not
Okay.
all, like, I try to be, but it's, inevitably you're going to have moments.
He's
And
like, can I put the tip in?
he'll just put it in.
Yeah.
And then it's like, get out of it. Like, squeeze it. and
You're like,
push
get out of
out.
it after 3 pumps.
Yes. Because,
You got a little taste. Now put the condom
and then you
on
can
so
always
we
tell
handle our
when
handle.
it's like, oh, he's enjoying this a lot too much.
Right.
Let me get him out because I don't.
But you're
no,
enjoying it too.
team-
Because
no, you can't compare condom to no condom.
Okay.
Right.
There's no comparison. But people are always like, don't you get upset? Like, isn't the burning rubber smell too much? And it is. That's the one thing about condoms that I'm like, this is weird because like we're going at it and it's like, okay, we're done. And it literally smells like burnt rubber in our
I
room.
And you don't
hate
want to
it.
taste that either.
yeah, so you can't
No.
like have
Well,
sex
we-
like
we do
suck
that
it in,
before.
put it in
Yeah,
your mouth.
We
put it
do
back
the
in.
fellatio happens before, and then we end with the pumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes does he get soft like while you're putting the condom on?
No,
Because that can happen. A guy's fumbling around with the condom and then it's like
He's
shit.
a pro now.
Yeah, I think
probably be having them tucked
I
under the
think
pillow.
guys
You don't even
become
notice.
slicker after a while, and
With
some,
their
you don't even
tactics, with their
notice.
condoms.
Yeah,
the
no,
good
they're right
technique.
there in the drawer.
Yeah.
He keeps them in different parts of the house.
They're everywhere.
So he
like
can
we'll be in
just
the
get
basement.
ready.
and He's
Yeah,
like,
get ready.
"No, let's go." I'm like, "No." He's like, "I have a condom in my book bag." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Come on,
Okay.
my book bag.
Okay, fine.
Do you guys have a favorite brand of condom? Because I can't use all
Ooh,
condoms.
you should get a condom endorsement.
I can't.
Mhm.
I can't use all condoms. Certain condoms
Yeah, like
irritate
Magnums.
me.
Well,
Bad.
so
Terrible.
I only know of because Chris is a Magnum man. He can't use the little Trojans because
Okay.
they
Right.
squeeze his thing. So we use Magnums because they're big enough. I don't know of another
Durex
brand.
have a double XL.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's good.
Really?
It's better than a Magnum.
That's what.
Really.
They don't
Okay.
stink as bad.
Magnums are
Yeah.
kind of thick too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
thinner.
the
Magnums,
double
yeah.
XL is
The
super
Durex.
thin,
Yeah.
and it almost
Really?
feels like it's nothing on there.
Yeah.
You got to be like, whoa, whoa, is it
Yeah,
still
no,
there?
the skin.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
call it skin.
yeah.
okay. We're going to
Yeah,
the
it's
store. We're
Durex.
going to the Walmart.
Yeah.
You going to? You should do a
Look
condom
online.
endorsement because you still use condoms.
Right.
and
My
nobody knows.
mother would be like, Candiace, this is not classy.
It's gonna come for everything
That
you
lady.
do, everything you say.
What did she
and
think
you
about
will
your
forever
birthday photo
be-
shoot
Well,
and
but
video?
that was from the Is It Enough
Yeah.
Video.
So she saw like the naked moment there. So she liked it. She's like, oh, this is cute. But like she's not like into she's from Alabama. She's very Southern.
Mhm.
She raised me to be a Southern belle. So anything that's too like crass with sex, she's like, Candice, that's inappropriate type of. So a condom endorsement, I would have to like lie to her and say, stay off the internet for 6 months.
Did your mom have any like? How does she and Chris get along now? Because
Oh my God.
she's
Have
had
they
some
made a-
moments. where-
Oh, well,
From the video shoot?
They,
I know that's been some months.
yes.
Now.
So she was just at the house with us for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And at first I was like, I don't know if she can come to the house because they haven't talked. She was supposed to call him. She never called him. She comes to the house and she's acting like everything is fine. And I was like, excuse me, ma'am, you need to apologize to Chris. So she finally did. But it was like, I'm sorry if I said anything that was disrespectful. And, but that's how Black moms, Southern Black moms, that's how they apologize. And
Right.
Chris was always going to be fine. He's not interested in keeping up any kind of beef with my mom. So like,
I think
It's
it more so hurt your
fine.
feelings
it really hurt
than
me.
Right.
his feelings.
I also
That's
think
what
it
I
might
saw
hurt
as
his
a
feelings, but
viewer.
he may be acting like it doesn't. Because
A little bit, a little
I
bit.
can't imagine that it doesn't. And
He was
guys,
I mean, of
bothered
course
by
it
it.
did.
And he's a
but
Pisces.
Yeah.
We take a lot.
Oh my God.
And we know how to take it and not and say, okay, it's
Yep.
nothing wrong with me. It's obviously something wrong with
Yep.
them. So
I think that you had more like a secondhand embarrassment more than, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I was embarrassed. I was shocked.
Right.
And then I was just hurt because, like, you know, it's my mom.
And your
And my
husband.
mom was always like, we're not gonna let this show come between us. This show is just a show, and we are a family. And for her to do that, it's like you let these girls basically use you and use us for a storyline, for a moment, because it was talked about for the rest of the season.
It was.
Right.
And it became like its own
It
thing.
definitely was a thing. I think that maybe she had a moment and she learned
She
her lesson
did.
from this moment, and moving
Yeah.
forward, you won't have any incidents
I don't foresee
like
her
that
going
from her.
there ever again.
Yeah,
And
I think
sometimes
she
you don't know what's
kinda-
going to air, like how they're going to edit
edit
it.
Oh,
it.
child.
Yeah.
exactly.
We
Every
never
moment
know.
with Dot is going to be aired. They will fly. They will pay to fly her up if she's like, I'm not sure I can come. Oh, we can get you up, Miss Dorothy. It's fine. They love my
Yeah.
mother. Yeah, she is the moneymaker.
How did you
Yeah.
know Chris was the one?
Well, we were friends for
You guys
several years.
worked
first.
together
We
in a
worked
restaurant.
together in DC in a restaurant, in a dim sum restaurant, and we were just friends. I knew him, I think, just as a friend first, and that helped endear me to who he was. Because if I just met him on the street, I had this list of, you know, do's and don'ts for my significant other that I wanted, and I didn't want to have a man that had kids. I didn't want a man who'd been married before, and he was both of those. So I had crossed him off in the beginning right away. But I think us getting to know each other as friends for several years, I was able to kind of like put the list away. And that's what I tell women all the time that are like, what do I do? How do I find? Put your list in the garbage. Because if I
That's
had
true.
followed my list,
You wouldn't have
I would have
have
missed
found a
out on my blessing, child.
And
Don't
he's
miss
your-
that blessing.
Don't miss your
girl.
blessing,
And
child.
he's your manager too.
Well, he's not my manager. He's my husbander / he supports me. Like I have a lot going on. I have a lot of moving parts, emails with requests from 50 million thousand people.
And he got your
just
back.
kind of helps manage the situation, but he's not paid except for in love and affection and situations.
Yeah.
And but that's it. He's not a man. I have a manager now. I
Okay.
have PR, I have representation. So he's just there to kind of be a buffer, and he knows me better than anybody. So just keeping him as like the go-between for a lot of things is helpful. But he's not like how the girls
Okay.
are trying to be like, oh, you need to pay him. It's
You
not
need to
that.
pay him.
Yeah, they was coming
We
for
lived
that.
together.
That was
Well, let me ask you
a
this. We
situation
were
within
married.
itself.
Right.
Right.
With the reunion, he also did not like the fact that Nicki Minaj put you on the spot
Oh,
to
saw that.
sing.
He
Which,
was
by the way, she complimented you like the song.
She
I think it was
did.
a good thing.
Mhm.
for
It
you to sing,
was.
but why the resistance?
Okay, let me clear this up.
Yeah.
I did talk about it on an Instagram live, but I was not apprehensive about singing. I wanted to sing a different song.
Mhm.
And any singers know that songs that showcase your voice are very important. As a singer, you have like your lexicon of songs that you go to when somebody's like, okay, sing. And Drive Back was not one of those.
Okay.
For me, it's gospel music. And I have several gospel songs that I will go to when I'm like, okay, I got to audition for
Let
this.
me sign.
Right.
But if you know, in television, there's this thing called licensing. And if you don't have the license
Oh,
to
got it.
sing a
Sing.
song on TV, they can't show it.
You got to
So
sing your own song.
You got to sing your own song. My songs, I have an agreement with the network to play my songs on the show. So I had to sing one of my songs. And it
Drive
was fun.
Back.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
All right, let's talk about Drive Back because we had some fun little drive back situations.
Oh, gosh.
And I
okay.
think all of us in this room can admit that we have driven back.
To the wrong
Mm-hmm.
one.
Sometimes it was not the best idea.
Yes.
Multiple
Okay,
times.
sometimes we should have kept driving in the opposite direction.
And instead, we drove
Put that
back.
thing
And
in
sometimes
reverse.
we drove back more than once. We don't waste the
Child.
gas, the mileage.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we
It's
got to
no
follow our
shame.
ways, okay?
It's no shame. It happens.
All right, so each one of these scenarios happened to one of us in this room
Oh, gosh.
where we drove back and
Oh, Jesus.
potentially not a great idea.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
so I want to know, can you recover from these situations? He stayed out all night and said that he fell asleep at a friend's house.
Lies from the pits of hell.
Mhm.
Where was he? Where was he at? Who was this?
So this is somebody I dated. And he did. This is a while ago, and he spent the night out, and then early in the morning was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I fell asleep." But I never believed him.
Where do you fall? Where are you at that you're falling asleep?
Right. I don't know.
And you're grown. Like that works when you're 17 to like 22.
You a grown ass man, dog.
You're whole and grown, and you should be moisturized. And those people do not fall asleep places. Get your ass up and go home. Like if you're feeling that out of sorts, you're an adult. Know it's time to exit and go home.
Maybe he ate a really strong edible.
Lies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Well, what if he was really drunk, and you have those times when you're super drunk, and you just I've fallen asleep before.
But if you're in a relationship, like in our marriage, there's communication that says, okay, I'm out with whomever. I'm going here. Okay, now we're going here. Now I'm on the way home. I'm not just about to be out here willy and nilly in the streets,
right?
Falling asleep on,
well, that's
somebody's couch.
Right. Situational then.
Yeah, okay. Well,
if you're married, that baby, you can't fall asleep.
You can't.
I don't care.
I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, and there's one couple. I ain't going to name their names, but her husband be like, he'll leave the house for like 3 days at a time.
My girl!
Oh, see, now that's pushing it now.
That was a big thing. That season.
Was.
Would you drive back?
It's situational. Like because once you're in the marriage, it's like, okay, we have pledged our lives to one another before God and everybody. So we have to try and work this out. And if you're smart, you should have seen all these things before you got married. Right. So I know that you have the propensity to drive to Florida, and I'm willing to work through that because I married you.
Right.
I am not that person, but I didn't marry him. And listen, shout out to Ralph and Drew. I love them. Yes. I love the Pittmans, but that's not my ministry.
And he don't see anything wrong with that. That's what's crazy to me. Like, and she didn't know where he was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's an impasse, but they've gotten past it, and they're great.
But when I was watching that, I was like, okay,
ain't no way.
Do not do that to that woman.
No, and I don't know if you're dead. I don't know if you're like
in jail.
In jail,
guys,
in a ditch.
Has anybody ever been lied to by a guy who didn't show up and said he was locked up?
Yeah,
because that used to be a guy's number one excuse.
Yeah, I had a friend. We went to hospitals, hotels. We went to precincts. We went everywhere.
I actually used that as an excuse before.
You used it, Gigi, as an excuse?
Yeah, I told
you were in jail.
I told him that I got locked up, but I really didn't get locked up.
Did you get caught?
He sent bail money and everything. No.
What? So you made him pay and you
keep
lied?
the bail money.
Yeah.
Where
you the goat.
Yes.
I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing.
See?
Clearly.
You can't hit me with that lie. I know what the paperwork looks like.
Yeah, I did.
Now you gotta get arrested for real.
Exactly. Now go get arrested for real.
You know what? Until this conversation,
back.
I kind of forgot that I did that. It was with my ex. I lied to him.
You lied and said you cut like
yeah.
Jesus. He probably never believed you anyway.
He probably didn't. Who cares?
Well,
all the shit he did.
They don't think.
I said I was going through
that
things.
was a star. That's a star on my scoreboard.
Things, and even I didn't want to be bothered with no one, and I just didn't want to call back at the moment. I apologize. Like, I'm so sorry. I know I was supposed to come through, but like, I don't even want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so you never got arrested that time for real?
No, I did get arrested, but I got bailed out. But I got bailed out and told him that I didn't get bailed out, and I told him that I was still in jail. And
I remember that.
Yeah, I got arrested. I was driving with a suspended license and didn't know. I was taking my daughter to school. It was like 8:00 in the morning.
Oh shit!
And they pulled me over. I think I was like speeding or something, and they pulled me over and they took me to Rice Street. And I bailed right out, but I had my sister call him and tell him I was still locked up.
And then you went and did your dirt on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
I took that day as a free
pass.
You
didn't lie. You lied, but not really.
Not
right.
Yeah.
You fudged.
You lied. You lied.
That was a halfway lie.
Yeah.
I mean, look, what's done is done.
Is it called white lie?
Yeah,
that's
a little white lie.
All right, now here's the next drive back. Would you drive back? You found some underwear in his laundry that wasn't yours.
Speak of the devil.
Child, was it the same one?
Yeah.
See, we've already decided we're not driving back to this one. Because so were you washing people's drawers that were not yours?
Were they clean?
So,
see, that's also disgusting.
So it happened twice, and both times it wasn't underwear. One time it was a t-shirt.
Sloppy.
And it literally happened like almost a year to the day. And I did drive back, clearly, right?
Jesus.
He was like,
I was doing the laundry. It was a t-shirt. It was a t-shirt, and I went to like throw it in the pile of white t-shirts, and it had a knot tied in it. And I'm like, why is it a knot in his t-shirt? Yeah. And I picked it up, and I'm like, this ain't his t-shirt. And yeah, he tried to tell me that he don't know where it came from. And,
so a shirt has materialized in our
I think
laundry.
he picked it up off the hotel floor, thinking it was his, and it ended up in my dirty laundry.
Was he home, or you had to call him and tell him?
He was at work.
And you called him at work?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
But men just should not cheat ever because they're not smart. You're going to get caught. Yeah. You're just going to.
They're really bad at cheating. They
like
really
you're not that smart. You can't and no shade to the men. I love you, Chris, but y'all are not smart.
Yeah, he tried to make me think I was crazy.
And that's what they'll do.
I sat home and sold the shirt myself and put it in the dirty laundry.
I heard a saying, so men are dogs, women are cats.
Right.
Dogs shit and just leave it everywhere. They don't cover it. Cats shit and they cover their shit up, and you would never. They don't even.
They make it pretty,
right? And if your owner got like the scented litter, you definitely ain't gonna know nothing. So yeah, men are dogs, women are cats.
That's a good analogy.
Dogs and dumb.
Okay, what about this one?
Okay.
Cum stains on his sheet. On his sheets. And
okay, well, how did you know that they were cum stains?
You don't really, but you
it could
just
look
at
like
it and be like, but not
or...
down in the middle of the bed.
That's what they.
He said the dog.
Is this you too? Oh my God.
Same ex.
It's the same man.
I'm so over him.
Whoever you
Same
are.
Same,
you are not
and
shit.
these two are like close friends with him, so this would make it even funnier because they know all of this dirt.
Okay,
right?
I see it.
Yeah,
but this happened to me too. So
it happened to you too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with my scenario, he said that it was dog slobber. He said the dog had been sleeping there.
Did you smell it?
Get your lies together.
No, but I cursed him out. And at the time, we were not together. We were broken up, but like trying to work it out, aka still having sex.
Yes.
And I'm like, you could at least wash the sheets.
Like, God,
like
this is where it gets dangerous though, because like this is why we have a higher rate of all the itchings and burnings and things because y'all want to be out here in these streets lying to us. Just tell me the truth. Just tell me that you.
Now, in all fairness, the dog do be humping his legs, so maybe the dog.
Yeah,
in the middle of the bed.
The dogs do be, and it's two dogs, and they do be in the bed. But I didn't trust that. I pulled the sheet back, and it was like some white crusty,
so
and I was just like,
"Oh my God!" And you didn't murder him?
Yeah, we fought.
You know what? You can't really prove that.
I couldn't.
What are you gonna do?
Like, what you gonna say?
I went off on him.
I'm gonna stick by him. It was the dog,
and we wasn't together. So it was just like, if you did have a woman here,
at least
just say,
at least
tell me,
or
tell me,
or
we wasn't together.
No, change the sheet so I don't see no evidence.
But see, that's smart. They ain't got that.
Because that happened to me once. I was like, what is this? And it was but I couldn't. Like, no guy is gonna be like, oh my bad,
I was jizzing on the sheets while you was gone.
Yeah, I was just masturbating.
I'm gonna just sleep on the couch because I don't want to.
Wow.
Even be here because that's just kind of disgusting.
We deserve better.
All right, now what about this? Damn, I don't want to keep doing Gigi.
Everything happens to me.
Oh my God.
What's next?
So bad. It's a lot.
What's next?
All right, what about if he ruins your credit?
Oh, that didn't happen to me.
We could drive back as long as you're willing to attend a financial literacy class.
Okay.
And we get this together. We could drive back on that. One time only. If you do it again.
One time only.
One time.
You
one
got
night
to
only.
go. One night. That's it. One night only. That's it. Yes.
What about this is Gigi again?
Girl, is this all the same nigga?
Probably. What's this
Let
one?
me see. Hold on. I'm trying not to keep
I was with the same
this.
person on and off for 11 years.
So
we went through some
you
shit.
met when you were young, I'm assuming. Like
no.
In your 20s.
No. It was my 30s.
She was grown.
It was my whole 30s.
You give
my
grace
entire
to these
30s.
Men when you meet them when you're young because you're coming up together.
It was my entire 30s I spent with this man, literally.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Do you have children with him?
No.
Very good.
She said no.
So why would you? That's love. You drove back.
I drove back in reverse.
I wrote the song for you.
Yeah. I drove back in reverse like Diddy in the Hypnotized video. Okay? That's how I drove back.
Y'all was on McCartney Causeway on 95.
Candiace, have you ever thought Chris cheated?
No.
Okay.
If I did, no. If I thought that he had the propensity to cheat, I would not have married him.
So in the past, what have your relationships been like before you got married?
I'm like a serial monogamist. I was always in a relationship. I dated the same guy all through high school. We had a little break where I dated like 2 other guys, but I was the same guy for the most part. Mm-hmm. And then in college, I dated like the same 2 guys. And then when I graduated, I dated the same guy. And then we broke up. I thought he was gonna be my husband. And we broke up. And I did the whole phase I never had.
Okay.
And I was just like, boom, 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 boom. Let's do it. Let's bust it up for everybody. Safely, but I was doing a little bit of a busting open. And I met this one guy, the fuck boy that I write about on my album I'm talking about his ass.
Okay.
Chris doesn't like when I talk about this because I say he was the best sex of my life. At the time, he was, but the ones that really know how to like, are always garbage.
Right.
Girls say that.
That's how they know how.
It's like, because you have all this practice.
Yes.
So yeah, like
that's how I feel too. When you're really good at bed, it's because you're really experienced. You're doing it all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we also kind of want
I feel that.
And
we
was
want somebody experienced.
It was a guilty pleasure because it's like you suck. He wanted me to be his side chick because he lied and said that he wasn't with the mother of his children and that she had moved out of the house and he was home with his 2 kids. Mm-mm. But then he would come to my house at like 2 a.m. And I'm like,
who's home with the kids?
Who's home
with the kids?
Like they sleep.
They home by themselves. They're like 8 and 5. You're a liar. But it just, I was in like a blur.
Benefits about him?
No, situationship is about him. All the interludes are about him.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Wow. Did you get it out your system?
It's gone.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Did he contact you at all? Like
no. So when we first when I cut it off, he would call me from he worked for like the federal government. So he would call me from like random numbers and just want to talk. And I would be like, sir,
I know.
I think they were married. I still don't know to this day, but I think they were married. Your wife is at home with your children. Stop being garbage. Like, go away. Mm-hmm. But no, I haven't heard from him. I'm sure that he knows. If his wife
would have called you and said, what's going on, would you have told?
Hell yes. I'm singing like a fucking canary. Yes. I'm that woman. Yes. Oh, he was doing what?
Barbara,
girl,
this is Shirley.
Where he was, when, how he had me in the bed. Yes, everything. Yeah. And then I'm going to help her get away.
Woman.
Listen. All of that. Something. Yes, that's
Barbara.
Me. Yeah. Wait, is that?
Barbara, this is Shirley.
I'm Shirley.
Barbara, this is Shirley.
Yes. No, I'm Barbara. That's me. Yes.
That is hilarious. All right. Now, let me ask you about this. Benefits.
Yes.
So that song Benefits is basically about a situation where guys want to be with you and have all the benefits of a relationship without being in one. Mm-hmm. How long do you think you could stay with somebody like that? Like,
I was with that guy for almost 4 years. Mm-hmm. And I thought that I could make it happen. I thought I could fix him and change him as we do. Mm-hmm. And I eventually had to just walk out. And when he did not come after me that time, and he was sitting there crying, but he didn't come after me, I was like, okay, this is it. But he wanted to, have me on his arm and have me go places with him and have me be, all the bad bitchery that's happening here, but not be fully into our relationship and committed to me and give me what I needed in the relationship. Mm-hmm. And that's more frustrating, I feel like, than the fuckboy stuff.
Right.
Because it's like, I feel like I almost have you and it feels right, but then it's like it's a mind fuck because you're really not. And you get the little signs like throughout the relationship, but 11 years with the boy, you think it's happening, but it's not. Mm-hmm. And like, that's the mind fuck.
Well, what are some things that you do when you're not like, okay, so we talk about the benefits, right? What are some things that you hold back on if you're not in a full relationship, you're just dating someone? Because I feel like if I'm dating you, I kind of do treat you the same as I would if we were in a relationship.
We're not having no sex.
Really?
Nope.
I don't know if I want you to be my man if we haven't had
sex. You ain't
finna
taste it?
No.
I need to know what's going on.
Me too.
I have to trust that you are here and like in it, or think that I can trust that before we're getting physical. Because I know like one of my best friends is like, I need to be having sex.
Right.
I'm not that way. Like, I don't need to be having all this sex.
Have you ever had a guy eat your pussy but not had sex with him?
Yes.
Me and Laura were
He would come. He would come over to the house at like 2 a.m. and then he would leave.
He would just do that and leave.
And leave. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not mad
That's
at
a
him.
gift and a curse, though, because I mean,
Child.
thanks for the mouth and lip service,
Mm.
but I be wanting dick after that. So
I'll go to sleep.
how you just gonna leave?
But like she was saying, I feel the same way. Like I love sex. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things of life. But I don't need to have it all the time.
Yeah.
No.
I
Yeah.
feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's not
okay
so
without it.
necessary. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna die.
I mean,
if
Yeah.
I don't have
Mhm.
sex with every guy I date.
Yeah.
But
Same.
if we're dating and I'm attracted to you
Yes.
with that, I already in my head, I'm preparing myself now. You're gonna go do this
for me,
shit.
but,
Don't
but I
expect
have to
nothing.
say, when I like somebody, we gotta get it
Right.
over with
Yes.
quick because I don't want to like you too much, and
then
then
it's not.
It's like you gotta.
then you're like, fuck.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
bad.
I
I
feel
don't
like
want
you
that.
can learn.
You
I-
could
you
teach
can
somebody?
learn to. Yeah, you can learn to get with it, and yeah, I think now. The equipment has to be right.
That's what
You
I'm
gotta
saying.
That's the foundation.
Yes,
Yeah.
you gotta have like if the peen is not doing what it needs to do, and there are ways to figure that out without having sex. Like you can kind of like when you're cuddling, you can
You can
Yeah,
feel it.
go
feel
feel.
around and figure it out. That's what with Chris I did that because
Oh,
we
yeah, but I need to
cuddled on the
know.
couch for like 2 weeks or more before he got to come upstairs and like sleep in the bed with me, and I would like lay there and like purposely like
Feel it.
toot my booty up on his thing and see what would happen. And
Mhm.
What if it's like, yeah, the package is right, but the motion ain't there.
that has been
Have
a
that-
thing.
But
Now,
you could teach him, right?
Yeah,
you
you
can,
can-
you
that
can,
can be
I
taught.
believe
Yeah.
if it's love, you can teach them.
You could work
Mhm.
it
If it's
out.
If
real
it's big
love,
enough,
and but it can't be too big.
definitely, but it can't be.
It can't be. Yes, it can't be a pinky.
too big.
I've had an uncircumcised pinky. And that was.
Oh, shit.
But that was.
How did you handle that?
I can't. If I
Did
can't.
you feel it?
Yes, you could feel it.
Oh,
I
So how
can't.
was that
yes.
turtleneck? Actually, it's like the turtleneck that you gotta.
Yeah. But I had never seen one, so I didn't really know what I was looking at until later.
I'm sorry.
Google this.
I'm
What
sorry.
is, I just had never
He
like
didn't give you
talked
a
about
heads
it.
up.
No.
I feel like
well,
if you're
he's
not- I
he's
was-
West Indian. I'm telling on myself.
well,
Shut
West
up.
Yeah.
Indies,
They don't.
they don't.
A lot of them don't.
circumcised.
Yeah, and
Child.
I had an older like sugar daddy guy that
Yes.
was uncircumcised, and like he didn't tell me, but again he was like older and from another country.
Right.
But I had like a young black Southern guy,
Mhm.
and he was uncircumcised. But he told me, and he was like,
Yeah, you
"Don't
gotta
be
give a
scared."
head up.
And it was
Yeah.
very clean.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
have
I say,
to
you
make it
have to
very
pull it-
clean.
Like that's the only thing. Like I'm sorry, baby, but I gotta pull it back first and look.
See what's in
Yeah,
there?
he
You
kept
gotta
it very
Make sure there's no
clean.
schmack
yeah,
Very
marks.
clean.
no look.
I hate that word.
Yeah,
And what it sounds
Yeah.
like what it is.
Nasty.
yeah, nasty.
Just
stank.
Ooh.
Or if y'all in the dark and you don't know, you
It's just a pH balance attacker. It's trying to take me
Let
out.
me see.
It's
Yes.
like a turtle or something, and
It
head
is.
comes in and out or something like that.
You
It's
gotta-
very strange.
You
But
gotta
nothing
peel it
to
back
each
like a
his own.
banana.
Yeah, listen, it's not your
What you
fault.
like?
What are you gonna do if you didn't get circumcised as a baby?
you could get circumcised as
As
an
an
adult.
adult.
wants
Omarion
to do
did.
that.
Didn't Omarion get circumcised as an adult?
Yes,
know, did he?
remember?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember that.
Oh
You
my
know
God.
too much.
Well, we should ask him. Did it hurt Omarion?
Now, what about this? Another thing about you is that you won't have sex if your mom is in the house.
No.
Still?
In your big old house, girl,
Well,
with your husband.
We did
Okay.
do it in the basement
Mhm.
last time, I think over Thanksgiving.
Okay, good.
And it was Chris was like, I got the condom is in my it's right here in the office. I was like, okay, let's hurry up. And it was like it was exhilarating because it's like,
I
oh,
was gonna say
you
that.
got people in the
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
and we were here fucking. Oh my God.
good.
Yeah,
right?
but it's just I guess in our townhome, the walls were thinner, everything was closer together.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. And it was also kind of a respect thing. Like
Mhm.
being from the South, it's like, oh, Chris wasn't even allowed to stay with me in our house
Mhm.
or in my house before he moved in until we were engaged. Like my parents would come visit and I'd make him go back to his house.
Right. I can see. I mean,
Yeah,
'cause-
that's very. I can see that.
Yeah,
you grew up.
That's
you
a
know.
respect thing.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
it was just
Well,
my
are you
mother would
loud?
never.
No shacking up.
Mhm.
what do you say during sex?
Oh my God, Angela!
What? Like, what kind
Yeah.
of things do you say?
I just make noise.
A lot of noise.
What kind of
Not
noise?
too much talking.
Like
Uh,
no.
But you don't say. You know how sometimes he don't like. They be like, They were like, talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
No, I don't like all that. Don't be quiet. No.
So he can't make noise, but you can.
He can make noise, but
Okay.
don't
You don't
talk.
call him daddy?
No.
What do you call him?
Try it
Just
one
by
day.
his name?
I don't say, it's just like, I don't say your name.
So
It's
she's just making noises.
noises.
Just do an octave.
If I'm drunk and I'm really into it, I might
Do you
give
sing?
you a no.
You should sing to the day.
Yes, fuck
Sing
me.
Sing
no.
to your husband's
No.
brown penis.
Hey,
I
you
might
gotta
have to
try
try
one
that.
day and then tell
Now
all
I'm
of us
gonna
and
have to
say,
do that.
You
oh my
got
God,
to
I called
have
him
to sing
daddy
to
and
it
I
and let
look
us know.
back.
Yeah.
I love to do.
I can't
Yeah.
do the daddy. Like
Or whatever you
I
want
feel
to
like
call
the
him.
daddy thing, I did it in my 20s when I was really young.
Well-
and I feel like guys used to like it, but now they're like, who you call everybody that?
Well, what you
Yeah.
call him?
I don't call the guy that I'm having sex with daddy. I joke around. I might call him Big Daddy. Like, you know, when I see him, like, hey, Big Daddy.
Yeah.
what's
So he
up?"
doesn't ask you to.
But while we're having sex, no, I don't do the daddy thing. I haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
So what do
at
you
all.
do? Or you just make noises too?
I
Because
say-
that's
I
what
make-
we're saying.
That's
That was-
another thing. I feel like when I was younger, I used to talk a lot of shit while I was having sex. I was drunk.
I can see that.
I was
Right.
really
I-
drunk.
When
I
you're drunk,
wasn't.
yes.
You know, but
Shit comes
now
out.
I feel like what comes out of my mouth is the emotion that I'm feeling.
Yes.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's sensual and
Yeah.
sexy, and I might be like, oh my God, or
Mhm,
something
mhm,
like
mhm.
Yeah,
that.
you'll
definitely.
say,
just
you'll say
to
like,
get
come on
something
my
else.
face.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I
Daddy
haven't
is
did
just
that.
an example. But
No.
I mean, if a guy asks me if we're having sex, and obviously this is having raw sex,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
it's like, where you want
Where
me
you
to
gonna
come?
Mhm.
Oh, yep.
I'd be like, anywhere but inside my pussy.
Or
you
my
mean?
Like
Oh,
wherever
yes,
you want,
Candiace.
outside
Because
of my
we
pussy.
have- we-
Outside.
We pull out every blue moon,
Okay.
but never on my face or in my mouth.
What if he did it? Like, wait, he can't
Wait,
come in
you
your
didn't
mouth?
swallow?
No.
Never, ever,
It's good for
ever.
your vocals.
Oh, gosh.
No. Mm-mm.
Angela
Wait,
just
you
be
have-
Coach
making-
your throat, baby.
You to swallow?
Yes.
Coach
Y'all
your
be
throat.
swallowing?
Yes.
I
I
don't
do.
swallow, but my
I do. I
husband,
like it.
Yes.
I'm gonna swallow. I
No.
haven't.
Candiace,
Why?
you gotta
But-
swallow.
Why? What is the purpose?
For Christmas, can you swallow?
No.
For
Oh.
Christmas.
It's like clean.
Swallow
It's
Chris.
like
Why-
gone.
Chris.
Swallow
What
Chris.
is? Explain to me what is the purpose? Why can't you just pull away?
Because
Like,
Listen, I haven't swallowed.
But you will for your husband.
I'm gonna swallow my husband to. I'm
Right.
gonna swallow him.
Why?
I'm gonna swallow the dick.
Because
I'm gonna
swallow
swallow
the
the
balls,
balls.
I'm
Like,
gonna
he
swallow
gonna
the
get
cum,
what
I'm gonna
every
swallow all of
other
it.
man.
All right, Candiace, let me ask you this. What if Chris was going down on you, you were coming, and then he just moves?
I mean, it's not the same thing.
Oh!
Because it's not as aggressive.
Good one, Ange.
A woman's cum is like sexy and
It's silky
sensual, and it
Yeah.
just
It's
it
just like
flows.
animalistic.
It flows.
Unless you squirting.
This is
it's
violent.
a vibration.
Wait,
It
hear
can
me. I
project.
can't tell. So, question for
You
those
see
who
me?
have:
It
does
can
it like
project.
I don't
project
squirt.
into your throat, or
I don't squirt.
It's
does
no
it come
projection.
out?
No, what you do is you like right because you know when
When
you're
it's
giving
coming.
a blowjob when
When
the
they're
dick
about-
Yes.
is about to explode.
right.
You know.
Right.
Mhm.
So right when that happens, just put it all the way in the back of your throat.
I
and
would
dope.
just- I would
That's
be
it.
there.
It's gone.
But does
Just
it
take a
speed
breath.
out?
No, just breathe.
Yeah,
in
like
and
it
out.
breathes. It's
Yeah,
not
it
like
gets
it
on my
sits in your
hands
mouth
and, like,
hangs
everywhere.
out on your
Yes.
teeth.
No,
or
hell,
anything.
I would have to be dead, drunk. I'm sorry.
Dead.
I'm saving that, and I'm saving anal for when we're like 75.
Girl.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
do anal when you're 75?
Not 75.
Why not?
Wait,
Because
Because your vagina walls are doing this at like you're loose.
you don't think
Oh,
your
no.
pussy is gonna be
No.
loose?
Not
I
as loose as
thought
my-
about
my
that.
puss.
you know they got
I-
surgeries that they
They
tighten
tighten
up
it
your
up?
walls.
Well,
so at
I'm-
70,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna be.
loosen it up so that
There's
I
also
can
a
look
laser
forward
that
to the
does the
butt.
same thing. I've done it
Yeah, Gigi
twice.
done had her vagina rejuvenated.
Laser,
Yeah, oh, that's
laser
right.
On the
Vagina
inside?
rejuvenation.
Mhm.
they go inside
With a laser probe, and it's
That's called Thermavive.
and it tightens it up. It
Oh, yeah.
doesn't mess up any
no,
cells
it's
or anything.
amazing. It's great. I did it
Oh my
twice.
God.
Wait, so he never tried to do anal on you? You know how guys will be like, "Ooh."
No, he's no.
What?
He's
Does he
also-
put his finger
It's too big
back there?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No, you're right about that. If
Little
his dick
thumb
is
action.
too big, you
Mhm.
cannot do anal.
And
That's
he's
not-
he's got girth.
Yeah, that's everything.
She's like, I'm going home tonight. Why did she try to? she held the microphone.
It's very girthy. I tried anal one time with the little penis, and I felt like my whole bottom half was gonna split open.
Okay, I can see
It's
that.
awful.
It's horrible.
I want to do it so bad, but it's
No.
just terrible.
And it's also like other things you have to prepare. Like I have a lot of gay
You have
friends,
to
and
prepare.
they tell me all the prep they do.
Right, you got to
laying on the
clean
floor
it,
with your
all
legs
of that.
up, so the saline can like.
Look at how flexible she is.
Right. With that rip on her booty hole, on
I'm
her booty
flexible
cheek.
right now for the puss. Talk to me about my ass in 30 years.
Listen, my last pregnancy, that was my first time experiencing like, you know what they say when you're pregnant,
Yes.
it's very normal to get
Constipated, yeah.
I've never did it before then, but once that happened and I was like, I could imagine going. But my husband finna get it.
He gonna
Finna
get it all.
He gonna get it all.
All of it.
Everything. Listen,
Everything.
Call me after. Let me know how it goes.
I will. I'll
Yes,
probably
I
write a
wanna
book
know.
about it.
You
So.
should.
I
would
think
buy
we gotta
that.
give you homework.
I am not swallowing.
Listen, think about it.
She's like, I am nope.
I would throw up.
Have you ever asked him though, like, would you want me to swallow? Like, does he tell you what he likes and what
we
he
have
wants? Do you guys
talked
have
about
that?
it. Yes. He's not really. He's also like me.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like a super sexual person. He like we enjoy having sex, but we're not like I want you to come on my face and fuck. We're not doing all that.
Right.
That sounded good, Candice.
Uh-huh.
You might want to try that. We might have to isolate
You
that.
might like it.
I just can't like. I'm a texture person, and see like it's too much texture and stuff.
That's why you put it in the back of your throat
But
and it just
still, what is the
goes
point? Then
down.
why, if I'm not tasting it, why
You
am I
don't need
doing
to
it?
taste it. You just make it disappear. It's
Probably
magic.
healthy. It's not going to be too much texture. I promise.
Well, do you guys film?
It's
yourselves
like
ever?
water. when
No,
they're
we've
healthy.
never done that.
Would you do that?
I think that there are too many instances of shit getting out. and
Leaks.
I don't have
That's
time for
understood.
leaks. Somebody hacking in my damn phone. I mean, we would do that. Like that I would do. But I'm just
That's when you gotta get the
terrified.
old-fashioned camcorder.
Mhm.
Right, and
Set it
I
up on
have
the
one of
tripod.
those. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
then do that.
Oh,
And
that
then
would be
watch it. Do you
cool.
watch it together?
You watch it and then you
Yeah.
delete it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. You watch your own
Yeah.
porn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be like, baby, you see that part right there when you move? Don't do that
Yeah.
like that again. Do it like this.
Mhm.
That I would do.
You seem like an on-top kind of person, too.
No.
No?
No?
Doggy style.
Real? Okay.
That's yes. I actually don't like being on top because it feels like I'm alone. Like I'm doing all the work. I have to perform, and I'm like too vulnerable during sex to feel like I have to like be performing. So that's his favorite position.
Okay.
But it's like, okay, I have to be ready. I have to be in the mood for this.
So you never make him like come up while you on him and you hold him?
We have done that, yes, but it's just
That's my favorite way to be on top.
Mhm.
I don't
But
like
that's
being
not what
there
he
and
likes.
he's laying
I
back.
feel like doggy style is
I like-
lonely.
no.
Because you're
Yeah,
just looking at each other.
But you can feel the legs.
do you
and we
put-
hold hands.
But do you? Why
hold
doggy
hands
style?
down?
Yeah, like he takes my hand.
This too
with
romantic.
one, and then he's like doing it with this one.
Do
Yeah,
you
we
touch
hold
it
hands
yourself
during
while
sex too.
he's
We
doing
hold
doggy
hands all the
I
time.
have, but like it's distracting. Like I want him because this is so graphic.
It's
When
okay.
he's back there and his balls are hitting.
Why are you whispering?
That helps you.
His balls.
That's
You like
what-
when his balls are hitting your.
Yeah.
So
your
he got
butt.
long balls.
They're actually like tight and
It's nice. It makes that slapping noise.
yes.
This is so embarrassing.
Keep that rhythm. Don't move. Don't move. Just keep that rhythm.
Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8.
But listen, I just want to say this. Chris is gonna thank us after this.
He's going to die when he hears this because I don't talk about this. Like with my best friend, we talk, but like this is a first. You all have popped a cherry in my life,
Okay, good.
Good for
So
you,
you're
girl.
gonna come back
Listen.
after you swallow.
girl.
I
Swallow
want to hear
Chris.
all about it.
That's
Swallow Chris.
tomorrow. I gotta give me 365.
Hey, Chris gonna call you after.
Oh, you know
Like,
what? Okay,
so.
here's what. We'll start you off small. You could keep a cup by the bed, and you could let him come in your mouth and then spit it out.
But then
That's even worse than swallowing.
Because it's
Yeah,
even
they
going
don't
back
like
and then
that.
coming
Yeah, that's
forward.
too much.
I still want to
Just
understand the point. I
swallow
don't
it.
get the point.
Because imagine like it's throbbing in your mouth while he's coming, and you're still. It's worse.
There.
You
It's
know what
like
I think
the
it
same-
is? It's a mental of you satisfying him, and
Mhm.
and like the feeling of him like Yeah,
Like, and then
my
you're gonna be like,
God.
I'm gonna suck
Listen,
every drop of this.
It's
out of you.
already he already can't come inside you, so at least he can come inside you somehow.
You know what?
And that you won't
I
get
would
pregnant that way.
allow- Come on and get in here. Then.
See,
Gigi.
you
the
rather
goat.
Hey.
Get in, because I would do that first. Let's have a baby. Okay.
I'll do all of those things first.
They said it's
I'm gonna
good
give
for
you
your
a baby
skin,
before I
too.
swallow them
Then-
babies.
Then put it in a serum, and I'll put it on my face.
Serum.
No.
What about does he put his finger in your butt while he's having
The thumb.
Yeah,
sex?
she said.
Just the
Yeah,
thumb.
the
Okay.
thumb.
That's all I
Alright.
need. Just a little
Just a little
piece.
thumb.
Yeah.
All right.
Thumb action is good.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, I cannot wait to hear what happens
Me
next.
too.
This is a mess. Oh my God.
You
Yes.
gonna think about this when you gonna be like,
No, this is, I will never forget this entire.
So you're signed back on for the next season.
I don't know.
I can't imagine you wouldn't be.
Right.
Well, listen, anything is possible. Everybody's replaceable. I don't take it for granted.
But I feel like
I don't
you
take it for
know,
granted. Like anything can happen. I
right.
mean, I would imagine, yes.
Mhm.
But Andy was like, everybody wants me to fire you
Well, that's good.
at the reunion. And I was like, why would you say that?
That's a good thing, though,
Why is that good?
because that means that
You got
evoked
their
a lot of
attention.
emotions.
You ruffled
Okay,
some
that's true.
feathers.
Mhm.
Everybody's
Yes.
buzzing.
Could you see you and
Yeah.
Mia ever being friends,
Who?
or like at least being cordial and making up? You know,
I don't.
What'd she do to you?
I don't know her.
I don't know.
You, she don't know her.
You
You
or
didn't
her
feel a little
feet?
bad for her though, a little bit.
I did. No, at the reunion, they gave her a better edit than what actually happened, like in the moment.
Mhm.
Like Nikki tore her up. I felt like the whole time she was like lost.
Right.
And I don't like her, but I felt like, damn, like you really are kind of like swimming in the ocean without no help. Like it was really hard to watch. And
Oh
I was
yeah,
sitting
Nikki
there.
tore her up over the whole strip club thing,
But it was
and I'm
worse
a
in
former
person.
stripper, right?
Yeah.
So it's-
Magic City, baby.
Oh!
yeah, that's
Who
me.
needs a cut?
But well, no, I'm not there anymore. I'm way retired. But anyway, there are strip clubs, and she did, and I don't know how the edit was again, but from what was showed, there are strip clubs when the women wear gowns, and it's a
I believe
5-star
that.
restaurant, and
Steak and
Nikki was
lobster.
like, and steak and lobster, right? That does happen, right? And Nikki was like, gave it some weird name or whatever she said, as if it doesn't exist. It's a gentleman's club. That's the difference between a strip club and a gentleman's club.
Yeah.
The gentleman's
Yeah.
club is when it's nice and it's grand and
Yeah.
it's, you know.
I believe
So
I
that
believe
is a
all that.
thing.
Yeah.
But
What?
she definitely was shaking a tail feather.
She
Mia,
it was
girl.
a slow
We see you.
progression of
We
her
see you,
lies. Like she
girl.
started out
We
like
see you.
we were wearing long gowns and I never stripped. Then it became
I stripped down
then
to
I
my boy
stripped.
shorts.
Okay, and then I was an escort. Like it just tell the
Yeah.
truth, girl. Like if she had come in like Nene was like, I was a stripper, I was doing my thing, I busted up, and then I got them in. I would have been like,
Go girl.
respect.
Okay.
But it was the fact that she was trying
Tiptoeing around it
right.
to try to act as if
Yes.
she wasn't.
Well, there's a lot of judgment
doing what she
though,
was
so I can
doing.
see
You're
why
on a
it would be-
reality show, bitch.
I can see why
we're
it'd be
judging
hard.
you. Everybody else is judged.
I do like that some of your interviews, they kind of try to ask you, like, was Nikki going too hard at you? And you was like, well, actually, I think she was going hard at
Everybody.
all of us.
Yeah.
Like,
You can't. My friends and a lot of my supporters are like still really mad at
Mhm.
the way that my segment went with her, and I'm just like, she did us all a favor,
Right.
By
that was
being
a
there.
huge deal.
It
Yes.
was huge, and it was,
Mhm.
and I'm
Because she's
still
a fan of the show.
yes,
Right.
yes.
And
That's why she's
I'm
there.
She's not
so
on no one's
enamored by
side.
how
Mm-mm.
well she knew our
Yeah,
show
she
from
did.
season one. Like
Mhm.
she knew little nuances that nobody knows.
Mhm.
I'm not mad. Like she read me for filth. She was shady, but she was shady to everybody.
Everybody.
And it was. I mean,
Who do you think she
It's
was
good TV.
the most shady to?
it doesn't show, but Mia,
Oh, I think you
She
was gonna
was-
say Giselle. From what I saw,
Giselle too. But it looks like she
yeah,
was
the way
shadier
she
to
handled
Giselle.
Giselle.
Yeah.
But Mia in the moment was like,
Andy
"Ooh,
would never.
this is hard."
Do you
Yeah.
would you prefer her to come back than Andy, or you?
I ain't trying to get fired, bitch.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Uh-uh. No.
Andy already said everybody.
Right, you should fire me. No, I
like
think I honestly, I think that should be it. Like I don't want
yeah,
it to
that was
become
a cute
thing.
little thing,
Right.
but leave it
And
where
it
it's
like
at.
etches
It was
us
like an
in
anomaly,
history. It's
yeah.
and it should stay that way. And like the network was they wanted to be clear that she's not a co-host. She was a special guest host.
Right.
And I think that it should stay that way. I don't want Atlanta to have guest hosts and people are like
Cardi
postulating. We don't need to do all that. Like just
it was
leave
organic.
it. It was very
organic.
and that's why it worked, because
That's
it
what I
was
was gonna
very
say.
organic. And I think that's why it worked. And we should let it just stay in history as this moment where the Barbs got involved.
Speaking of organic, let's talk about Wendy and her new body this season and the way it was received from the girls. Because I'm a team of I'm team surgery.
Team surgery over here too.
Right. I'm team surgery.
Get it all done.
And they were making it seem as if the surgery changed her personality.
Right.
And that she came back a whole new person.
Yes.
And it was a devalue to her.
Yes.
And what's your thoughts on that?
I think that it was fucked up the way that they came at her. But I think that Wendy fumbled the moment, and I told her this because she allowed them to use her to make that
A storyline.
Point.
a storyline.
Right.
She needed to clock it and say, yes, bitch, I got my titties done. I got my ass done. I fed villages with these breasts and I deserve to get my shit done.
My happiness.
And she looked good.
Was
She does
it
look
too?
good.
And she looked good.
And what I love is like
Yeah.
you look. They don't understand the thing about surgeries, and everybody's so judgmental about it. At the end of the day, it's about what it do to you, and
It's for you.
Now,
It's for you.
I didn't know
It's
you
for
had
you.
anything done.
Me?
Yeah.
I've had Botox and fillers. I've not had like
That's not surgery.
No,
Okay.
but I'm saying when it's time,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this pulled back. I'm gonna get these done. I'm gonna get whatever needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm team
Okay,
surgery.
you're all
Okay,
for it.
good.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think that Wendy just, if she had played it differently, they would have had to go back into the dumpster to find something else
because
to talk about.
it's like comparing her to season 1. She
Her
did
season
come
1.
like, oh, I'm Professor Dr. Wendy to a bitch like you, and and then next thing you know,
Yes.
she got her body done and she dropped it like it's hot.
when
It's
you-
hard to be
but-
on TV with people.
Yes.
Right.
But it's two things. It's twofold. Number one, that was her first season. If you watch
Adapting.
all of us in our season
everybody
1,
looks different.
That's
everybody
what I was
looks
gonna
different, and everybody's personality is different.
it's
from
like
their
you was
season
giving
1.
Yeah, you
a
learn.
representative.
You
Yes.
adapt to
Yes,
the
and
environment
you-
you're
And that's
in.
the point I'm trying to make,
Exactly.
or what
Yes.
I'm trying to get to is
Yes.
that
Yeah.
from me being a avid viewer and being tuned in with the show and everything, I feel like when she came with the whole Professor Wendy thing, she felt like that's what she needed to do. And it's the opposite of what they're saying. They're saying that the body changed her and made her this person that she wasn't. I think the body brought out the true her.
I think so too.
That's the real Wendy that we should have met in season 1. And I think that she just tightened up her blazer for season 1.
Because she didn't
And
know what
let
she
it
was
loose
walking
in
into,
season
which is
2.
fair.
And,
we
you
all
adapt
have
to-
been that.
Yeah.
Me season 1 and me now is not the same. I'm the same, but I'm not the same.
Yeah.
There was a point where you were like, I'm out the drama for once.
Right.
And then you got right
For-
back in it.
For
Right
2
back-
minutes.
right back in
It's
it.
not for long. They
0
don't let
to
me.
100.
Yeah.
I
real
can't.
quick.
They know.
If I try, it's like, what are you doing? Like, I can't not be in the drama. They want me to cuss somebody out.
Well, people are going to enjoy this side of you too.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm
You're
so
definitely
ashamed.
showing us a different side. I think you need like an alter ego, like a stripper
Yes,
name.
you do.
A
Right?
stripper name.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. What would your alter ego be? We gotta
And
give
it
you
can't
one.
be Candy because that's too close.
I know. No.
Yeah.
And Candy's already doing her thug thizzle as Candy.
Oh yeah, Candy. There is a Candy.
Yes.
Let's see.
I don't know. I have no idea what it would be.
see.
I don't know. You have to give it to me.
All right, we're gonna think about
Yes.
that. As a matter of
Let's
fact, why
come
don't y'all at her?
It should
Yeah,
be
Oh my
something.
God. DM me what my stripper
it should
name
be
should be.
something like regal, like hot, like Empress or Heiress or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ooh, okay. That
Yeah.
makes me tingle.
Mhm.
Yes.
Ooh,
Empress.
tingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
I could do
it's
okay.
something in that realm.
Yes.
That's what I see your stripper name be.
Okay.
We gonna
Yeah,
We're
at
gonna get
her.
this. We're gonna
Yeah.
get this.
Let's do a
Send
poll.
recommendations.
Empress or
Yes,
Heiress?
I'm
What y'all
taking
think?
suggestions.
Well,
Yeah.
Candiace, thank you so much for joining us. You really were a pleasure to have
I love
Yes.
this.
on
You
the show.
literally-
Are you going to
yes.
do a tour for the album?
Yes. Sometime next spring, summer.
Nice.
We're working out details now.
That needs to be on the show.
Yes.
Mhm.
We'll see. Hopefully, I don't determine what happens on the show, but yes, that would be amazing.
That would
if they
be
could
nice.
cover the tour of it all. Yes.
All right. Well, that was fun. Lip service. Thank you so much, Candiace.
Thanks, y'all.